In this video, we will look at how to create a payment method within the Cloud Retailer point of sale software. Now, a lot of you probably know this as tender types, as it's called in other point of sale systems. So when I refer to payment method, think tender type, vice versa. All right, so we are logged into the back office manager part of the Cloud Retailer point of sale software. We are going to go to admin, and then we can use our little search box to narrow down, so we can click on payment methods. And here's our list. If we want to create a new payment method, we click on create new, and let's say we want to take those good old-fashioned traveler's checks. So we can type in the description, code, what type it is. I'm going to call it a check. Internally, depending on what you're setting up, you've got your various options here. And when in doubt, you can also use other. But we're going to stick with check. There's no validation. Display order. So this is how it will display on the point of sale screen in order. So you want to set where it appears on the tender type display or payment method display. And then we can do our maximum and minimum tender amounts if that applies, if we want to allow this to be split tender. Over tender limit, you want to set that value as far as allowing for change or cash back. If the tender amount is higher than the total amount of the sales transaction. If the cash drawer is going to open, which it would for a traveler's check, unless you have those little drop slots in your cash drawer where they can just slip the check in. However, if there's going to be change or cash back on it, then you'll still need to have the drawer pop open. If a signature is required, and then if you're going to set a threshold for when a signature will be required. Now, depending on your tender type, to make things a little faster, when tendering, a lot of folks don't require a signature for smaller tender amounts. However, when this applies to credit or debit, you may want to check with the place that does your merchant services or credit card processing to see if your contract requires a threshold at a certain amount. A signature is required when the total sale is above a certain dollar amount. If this is an active payment method, meaning if it's something you are actively taking, and if it needs to be counted as part of the end of shift process, and finally, if there's a payment processor ID required. When you're done, you can click save, and then allow a minute or two for it to update the point of sale. You can also, it's always a good practice to close and restart the POS just to make sure all the changes take effect. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.